I am Mrs. Elmer Solberg, a missionary serving with the Christian Missionary Alliance. My husband and I went to Thailand in 1950. When I was only 13 years old, I felt God's call for me to become a foreign missionary. The Christian Missionary Alliance Church in New York that I attended, with their yearly missionary conventions, had great influence in my life. Step by step, God led me to Nyack College in New York for 4 years of study. I graduated from there in 1947. It was at Nyack College I met Elmer Solberg. After serving with the U.S. Army for 4 years, he had come to Nyack to study to become a missionary. After I finished a year's nursing course in New York City, we were married in 1948. Elmer became the pastor of a church in Prattville, Alabama, then meeting in an old frame house. But soon we were laying bricks to start this present building. We served here for 2 years as we waited for our appointment to the mission field. A little son, David, came into our home, an apartment on the side of an old Alabama house. The Foreign Department of the Christian Missionary Alliance asked us to go to Siam, now called Thailand. Siam was almost unknown in 1950, so I had to check in the encyclopedia to learn about that far-off kingdom. We sailed from New York City in 1950 on a cargo ship, the U.S. Steel Navigator. We cruised through the Panama Canal, stopped over in the Philippines to see the ruins of churches bombed during the war. The trip took 57 days, and I was seasick much of the entire trip. Elmer had to look after little David. We began life in Thailand in this house. Had to get used to living with bars on all the windows. Here we studied the difficult Thai language with its 5 tones.
กอไก่ขอไข่ขอขวดคอระฆัง
A Thai girl took care of little David, so we could study 6 hours a day without interruptions. After a year of language study, we were assigned to Nong Khai, a province way up on the border of Laos. Language study continued for another year as we ministered to the people. What kind of work did we do? My husband went on 3-week boat trips visiting villages along the Mekong River to teach and preach and give out tracts. Sometimes we visited in country homes. We taught at little village chapels. We gave out tracts at special holiday fairs. We had a ministry to the people afflicted with leprosy. We held children's meetings wherever we went. For 1 year, We lived in Bangkok when Elmer became chairman of the literature department. He did translation work, and I helped in the bookroom. Later, we were assigned to field-wide evangelism, holding tent meetings all over the northeast part of Thailand. On the average, 300 to 1,000 people attended each service. What a mess we had when our huge tent blew down just 1 hour before the service. A travel trailer provided great convenience during our 5 years of travel in tent campaign ministries. How the country people stared at our strange folding home. They would come running to see us set up the walls. My husband became chairman of the Thailand Field, spending many hours at his desk. His duties included special church discussions concerning mission relationships, interpreting for visiting speakers, meeting Betty Mitchell and the others as they were released from communist Hanoi, where they had been prisoners for many months, and traveling to many areas of the Northeast to visit missionaries on their stations. We also had a ministry in the refugee camps near the various borders. We held church growth seminars in country chapels and taught in city churches too. I enjoyed teaching the women in separate meetings, and they enjoyed their own meetings, though at first the men objected. I helped Thai teachers to learn to use visual aids and how to even make them. Everywhere we went, I photographed life in Thailand. How did we travel? We traveled by Samlaw in the larger cities, by boat on the Mekong River, though Elmer went with Thai helpers, by Land Rovers on the very rough roads, by not too safe buses in those early days, by trains. We bought food through the windows at stops along the way, and later by Toyota pickup truck. What did I eat? Mostly rice and fish. Local markets have plenty of spicy curries of all kinds, and duck eggs by the dozens, and stacks of hot peppers. In the cities, delicious fruit of many varieties abound. How would you like some white ant eggs? Or some coconut juice? Beside the difficult language and strange foods, I had to get used to living in the different culture of a Buddhist country and adjust to many new customs. Sitting on the floor, sleeping under a net, climbing up steep steps into the country homes. Not easy as I grew older. There were other inconveniences in doing work in country areas. bad roads, with dangerous bridges, I would shout out, "Let me out! I'm going to walk!" The blazing tropical sun beating down on me as I walked through country trails or flooded roads. Lizards that sometimes got into our houses when they were looking for bugs. And snakes. I always carry a flashlight with me in Thailand. The bathrooms weren't exactly as yours are in America. The Thai Christians tied grass reeds together to make some walls so I could have some measure of privacy. Usually I had an audience when I took my Thai-style bath. Even in the larger cities, there were problems of yearly flooding caused by monsoon rains and big fires that burned down entire blocks of shops and homes, which were all stacked in together. Very high accident rates. You would never forget a ride in a Bangkok taxi or an orange bus we call Orange Crush. We write letters and more letters to loved ones many thousands of miles away, and to children in far-off boarding schools for missionaries' children, or maybe in a college away across the ocean. Sometimes a telegram or a phone call comes telling us a loved one has died. Elmer's mother. My youngest brother at the age of 42. My dear mother, my most faithful prayer warrior. In all of these difficult times, God met our need, even though we did not return for any of the funerals. There were so many rewarding and joyful times as we told people about Jesus. A special time for me was when this old man said to me after I finished teaching, "You opened a door into my heart.